Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk about my Gen 3 Glock 21 short frame, 45 caliber. The short frame basically means that the frame isn't as thick. These bigger calibers, 45 and 10 mil, if you thought the other ones were a brick, get one of these and you'll see how brick shaped it is. It is pretty heavy for one of the polymer guns, but all the weight is here in the slide, so where the balance is really weird. So that's one of the things, even with the 13+1 magazine. Now, good thing that 45 caliber bullets are heavy, so it gives it a good amount of weight, but it is so top heavy that when I've carried it hiking, that over time it really gets annoying because of the lack of balance. But I didn't care if I scratched it up or whatnot. I did put night sights on it, and I did put an extended magazine release, and this does have better capacity than say a 1911. And the problem with the 10 mil version was then I had to have 10 millimeter ammo, and I didn't like the Gen 4 model as much. And since I already have 1911s, I just stuck with this. I also have a holster already because it will work for the Glock 20 or the Glock 21. So this Safariland holster is quite utilitarian. You can also take this paddle off and put the other attachment that's flat with the Allen key. It's not hard to do, but it does have good retention. So that's one thing, is this as a combination worked pretty well. And you can change the tension with the screw here, but it's in there pretty good. It served its purpose for what I need, but I would rather have like a small 357 Magnum revolver or something else rather than this, because it doesn't really have the penetration that you would need for, like, say, a moose. I don't really have to worry about bears. I have coyotes and wolves would be my immediate threat, but a moose, you know, they've seen people a lot, and I've had a few close encounters with them running, and no big deal so far. They just kind of look at you, so I never get close enough to try and test the waters. So obviously, you know, some situations can't be avoided and you're going to need something. And this just wasn't going to suit my overall needs. And, you know, having common ammo wasn't going to, you know, change the ability of the cartridge to be, you know, lethal against large predators. So in the end, it's kind of just a range toy now. And it's a good range toy, but 45 caliber ammo is expensive to shoot. And it's got that Gen 3 squishy trigger, which we've all come to know and love. So the reset is actually quite nice, and this recoil system here with the plastic guide rod and the regular single coil spring rather than the Gen 4 and Gen 5 ones that are super stiff, they're the all metal ones. I actually think that this stiffens the shots and it makes it a more pleasurable shooting experience. That's also what I didn't like about the Gen 4, was it was not as nice to shoot. So I actually got this one online, and I bought that one, the Gen 20, in the store here in town because they had it and I needed it immediately. So I had to run in with a moose the first couple of weeks that I lived here. So I was like, oh, I better get something up to the task. And so I shot the 10 mil for a while, but then I didn't want to have the double ammo, and I went with this thing here. And although it is quite nice for what it is, a Polymer 45, I'd much rather go with something else like a 357 Magnum. But if you wanted a nice Polymer 45, this will do the job. It's got good capacity. You can use, I think, the 45 caliber and the 10 millimeters the same as like the 40 and the 9. I'm not sure though. I should check. I do have some of the 10 ones, but I do think they're the same. It may have a different capacity. Those are 15, but you just get less in there. So I know that the holster also you can use for the 20 or the 21. So it does have its uses when I need it, but overall, I think for what you get, I don't think it's going to suit my needs for my intended purchase. And I'd rather go with something else like a revolver that's easier to conceal and doesn't have as big a footprint. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.